So this might seem like a crazy idea, but I've been thinking about turning a coffee scoop. So I've got mine mounted up, and it just doesn't look right. Look at this. You can't turn that. I think instead of using this, I'm going to pick out a really nice piece of wood. I'll get it mounted up between centers, and we'll see if we can make us a multi-axis coffee scoop. I'll be right back. Got a piece of maple. It came from 2-inch stock. May not have been a full 2 inches, but we're going to go ahead and see what we can do with it. Just sharpened up my roughing gouge. This is a 1 1/4 inch. I was asked that the other day. About 1,000 RPM. I'm going to put a tenon on this end. That fits just right. I'll put that back on that same center that we had. And before I just go into it, I want to make sure that it is there. Then I push it up against the jaws of the chuck and then tighten it. That's the way to get it to run as true as you can. And that's not bad. I'll go ahead and finish grounding this, and then I'm going to take a little short break. That clicking noise is my live center again. I think it's kind of soft metal. Every time I put something in that hole to put an accessory on, it seems to put a burr on it. This end right here measures right at 1 15/16, and in order to make the shape I want, I'm basically making a portion of a ball. And I've got a video showing how to make a sphere using mathematics, and it makes it real simple. On a bigger one, it's really a handy way to do it, but on a smaller one, you could freehand it. I could have cut this radius just freehand and with a little template. I went ahead and marked it using the math numbers. I don't want to bore you with it here because I've got a video dedicated just showing how that works. If you want to see how to do it and make a perfect sphere, check that link. I'll put it in the description. So the way this works, you cut a 45-degree angle tangent to the diameter, and you'll end up with a octagon shape, and then you just knock the corners over and you have a round. Well, with a template it really helps. Alright, just picking the right measuring device to do this, and this probably works as good as anything. So we'll just set it over here on the straight like so, and we have 45 degrees. If I do it on this side, now we can start rounding it. So what I think I should do is part some of this down and probably part it down to there, because I don't want to handle any bigger than that. We'll waste a little bit of this away. So I think I'll move the tailstock back, finish this end. And I may have something to show you how I'm going to support it. So that doesn't look too bad. So I don't know if you can see that, but that's actually pretty close. By the time I sand that nub off, blend this in, we'll have that side. Alright, I'll sand this in reverse. Probably about 600 RPM with 80 grit, so I can get that tip. See what we got here. Hey, how's that? Not too bad. Did I tell you I've never made one of these before? Well, I haven't. So from the center that way, I pretty much have it done. I'm trying out my new little cone that goes on my live center just for support. We'll go ahead and get this turned down, put some little shape on it, and we'll move on to the fun part. Back to the 1/2" bowl gouge. I think I want to take this down just a little bit. I don't want it real bulky looking. Got my little detail spindle gouge now. I think I need to take a little bit more off that diameter just for looks. Well, I don't know. It looks okay. Pretty much need to take this down almost finish, and then we'll sand it. Go ahead and use the detail spindle gouge. Alright, that's as far as I want to cut it off right now. I've sanded most of it with 80 grit. I've got some 120 here, and I'll show you how we're going to do this. Then I'll work my way up through 400 and come back and we'll get this parted off. Again, I'll be sanding in reverse to make sure that's not wobbling, and it's still got quite a bit of stock there. So it's just going to be a matter of sanding like this all the way around it, up to 400. Well, I'll do that, and I'll come back and we'll part that off, and then we will move on to the fun parts, which I haven't created yet. Kind of looking at that, and I decided to make a little change, and then I decided I better let you see what I'm doing. There, that looks a lot better to me. Be easier to clean up too. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and part it off. There's not much to clean up. This is just a piece of a 2x4. I have a tenon hot glued on it. It's in my chuck. Got a 1 7/8 bit. I'll have to make it a little bit bigger once I drill it. But I'll take this about halfway down so that it'd be 15/16 down. I drilled that hole in here, and then I cross drilled it to make room for the handle, and then I decided that I could actually tilt it. I don't know if it's going to look good that way or not, but I'm going to just put it up here like so. And I've got the hot glue ready. Going to put some hot glue around it. I don't have anything underneath it. Don't think it's going to go anywhere. And maybe just for fun, I'll put some underneath this right here. There. That should do it. Okay, gotta let that cool down, get it nice and hard, and we'll go ahead and cut the opening in here. Alright, I've got it set up ready to hollow out, and just to have a way to check it to see if I'm going to cut too deep, I have a piece of plywood sitting on the bed of my lathe. I have this square lined up with it. I put some markers on here with a Sharpie. After I cut, I can put this back up and I can measure. I know that the diameter of this is like 1.91 right now. I should be able to calculate it from there to see where we're at. If I go to 1.93, I just cut a hole through it. I'm going to use the 3/8 bowl gouge. This is nice that this is kicked out of the way. Alright, let's see what we can do. I may have to use my little carbide hollowing tool. Okay, I'm going to need to trust my numbers here. I've got my little plywood there, bringing the square up to the edge of it. If this was, we'll say 1 15/16 diameter, I just if I went from here down, took a 1/4 inch off of that, then 1 13/16 would be what I can get away with. Let's see where we're at right now. So that math may have sounded funny, because if you take a 1/4 off of 15/16, it's 11/16. But I'm leaving a 1/8 wall thickness, and that's why it's 1 13/16 depth. On this edge over a little bit. Alright, I'm going to sand it and call it good. So everything's sanded except for this tip and the inside of the bowl. And I should be able to do that with the lathe spinning, as long as I stay inside of it, like this. So I'll do this. This is 80 grit. I'll go all the way up to 400 and come back and we'll put some denatured alcohol on that hot glue and pop it loose. I seem to have forgotten that I put hot glue underneath the handle there, and I don't really think I needed it. I just did it for security. There it is. Gotta peel this off now. Clean it up, get a finish on it tomorrow. After I finished sanding this, I wiped it down with some denatured alcohol. Now I think I'll just pour some of this cutting board oil on it, let it soak in. Probably do this 2 or 3 times until it stops soaking in. And then I think I'll buff it out with the Acks polishing paste. And I'll probably have to do that by hand, but I'll just give it a try. There it is. It's all done. A multi-axis coffee scoop. First turned this way, and then I mounted it this way and turned it. And I also pulled the handle down like that so I could put a little kink in the end of it, which I think is pretty cool. Finished 5 3/4 long, and the outside diameter here is 1.9 inches. And I actually tested this and put coffee in it and poured it in the other scoop. Almost identical. And honestly, that was just a guess. I had no idea. I didn't calculate anything. I just cut what I thought would be close. I used the Howard Butcher Block oil on it, soaked it in real good, let it sit all night, and then I just went over it with the Acks Polish Restoring Paste, and it really brought a lot more colors out in the wood, and it feels great. So, first one I've ever done. I can't say I'm going to do another one. It was a lot of fun, but I might. But I like to move on and try something new. I really like trying new things, so I'll be looking for something different to try. But I may make another one of these if I get a request. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did like the video, do me a favor. Click that like button and feel free to leave a comment. Both of those things will really help my channel grow. I do lots of different types of turnings, and you never know what might be next. So be sure to subscribe if you want to see more. And a special thanks to all my current subscribers. You really mean a lot to me. So, till the next time, see you later.